What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Travis Scott Nike Air Max 1 Cactus Jack in the Saturn Gold colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Heflux. Heflux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell eTPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find in Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable insole for everyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heflux for years now, and to me, I personally find them to be very comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So this of course is part of the latest collection between Travis Scott and Nike. Originally meant to release late last year, because of the tragic events at the Astroworld Music Festival, Nike postponed all Travis Scott releases, but they finally decided to release this entire pack on May 27th. So alongside this colorway, there was also the Baroque Brown Air Max 1, which I reviewed on my channel a few months back, and then there was a Travis Scott website exclusive Wheat colorway, which was pretty much near impossible to obtain. And aside from the 3 Air Max 1s, of course there were the 2 Air Trainer 1s as well. So this pair retailed for a price of $160 US or 210 Canadian dollars, and the official colorway for this shoe is Saturn Gold, Tea Tree Mist, and Tent. And like a lot of past Air Max 1 Nike collaborations, this has this unique spin on things. So it takes your classic Air Max 1 silhouette, but it gives it much more of a trail shoe or hiking shoe vibe to it, which I'll break down to you guys throughout this review. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. This comes in this natural brown colored cardboard box, and on the very top we have Cactus Corp branding done in this sort of light gray shade, and then on the side of the lid we have Cactus Corp branding followed by the Nike logo underneath. And fun fact, the paper inside also features that same Cactus Corporation branding, which was a very nice added touch. As for the shoe itself, so taking a deep dive into the details, the base layer of this shoe on the toe box, here we have this yellow colored mesh, which in real life is more of a dull and muted yellow. We have a small sliver of this yellow colored nubuck, and the same nubuck is overlaid on top, covering the entire front toe box. You'll see more of that same nubuck covering the U-throw area of the shoe, and then moving downwards covering the entire mid panel, we have more of that same mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box. The most visually striking design aspect of this shoe is found on the lateral swoosh. So in true Travis Scott fashion, we have this oversized reverse swoosh. But the interesting thing about this swoosh is if you take a real close look, it's actually covered in a bunch of plastic beads, which gives the shoe not only a very unique look, but also a very unique texture too. Underneath this, we have this sort of rounded overlay of nubuck once again, and then connecting to it, we have this nylon strap, which has this detail running across it, which gives off more of that hiking and outdoorsy vibe to it. And for those that don't know, this design aspect was actually inspired by the ACG pocket knife, which is a shoe from the 90s. Right next to this nylon strip, we have another hit of nubuck, and the top 2 eyelets are done in this TPU material in this sort of grayish blue tone. Moving downwards, we have another one of these nylon strips, which wraps around the back of the shoe, and there's another nubuck overlay covering the bottom of the heel, and on this you'll see we have these triangular tags with Nike branding on the left foot and Cactus Jack branding on the right foot. If you look at the shoe from the medial side, so whereas the lateral side is a much more extreme departure from the Air Max 1, the medial side in contrast looks much more like a classic Air Max 1, so the swoosh here still has that sort of beaded look to it, but the shape and the direction are of course true to the OG look. Turning our attention back to the front, so for the laces, these come with 2 different lace options. They come with an oval shaped lace, which is done in sort of a brownish gray tone, and the standard default lace these come with is a rope style lace in gray with hits of pink found throughout. And this again is one of those laces that you'd see on a trail shoe. And you'll notice that unlike your normal Air Max 1s, the laces intertwine through these lace loops, which are actually hidden by the side panels of the shoe. Underneath this, we have the nubuck tongue, which is done in that same tonal yellow color, and running down the center, we have this yellow colored nylon strip. And on the very top, we have this rubberized circular logo with Cactus Corporation branding. Another change from your normal Air Max 1 is visible on the ankle collar area. So where the shoe actually opens up and where your foot goes into, you'll see that it's surrounded by an additional layer of piping, which gives it more of a sharp appearance as opposed to the normal rounded look. And as we look at the inside, so the interior is pretty well padded, and it's covered in this yellow colored nylon, and you'll see that that same color is found on the insole as well. So these come with their standard foam line insole. We have Nike Air branding on the right foot and Cactus Jack branding stamped on the left foot. So the upper of these Air Max 1s sits atop this full-length polyurethane foam midsole. you'll notice that the foam is painted in 2 tones of yellow. So the top portion is a bit more saturated, whereas the bottom is a bit more muted and faded. And underneath the heel, the window that usually shows off the Air Max unit within the shoe, in this case it's actually painted in yellow as well, giving the entire midsole more of a uniform, singular look. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your outsole, and it's constructed in a brownish toned rubber. The back half of the outsole almost looks like a tire tread, and we have Cactus Corporation branding running down the center, whereas the forefoot looks much more like your OG look. We have this waffle style traction pattern, but underneath this we have this sort of root-like pattern to it, which is something we've seen on the Travis Scott SB Dunk lows as well. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Max 1s. And for those wondering about sizing, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and in the past I've had to wear between a 10 or a 10.5 in the Air Max 1 depending on the specific release. So for this pair, however, I feel like true to size is perfectly fine. Even with my slightly wider feet, I didn't feel like I had to go up that half size. And they fit like a lot of the recent Air Max 1s like the Concept and the Patas, where I personally felt like they were a little bit more roomy than Air Max 1s that I bought in the past. So long story short, I feel like true to size you'll be perfectly fine. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Max 1. So for everyday casual use, they're going to be perfectly fine. However, they're not the softest shoe on the market. And this is a sneaker with tech from 1987, so it's not going to feel that great. It feels pretty stable and firm underfoot, but again, just for casual use, they're going to be perfectly fine. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was very solid. I've seen other people's reviews and they've kind of trashed the material quality, but honestly, I thought the nubucks felt pretty decent. It's definitely a step above those so-called suede materials that they use on general release Air Max 1 sometimes. And in terms of the overall build and the craftsmanship, so first off, I thought the shape of the shoe was very solid. I know other Air Max 1s sometimes have more of that rounded cliff toe look, but I thought they executed this pair pretty nicely as more of that tapered, sleek look to it, which I really liked. And aside from that, I didn't notice any major flaws at all in my pair. I thought honestly it was pretty flawless, so I was pretty happy with how these turned out in hand. So with all that out of the way now, let me lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look. In true Travis Scott fashion, obviously this is a significant departure from that classic Air Max 1 look. And I know a lot of Air Max 1 purists might not like this, but I kind of like when they take risks, and I'd probably prefer this over just throwing on different colors on a classic Air Max 1 and just calling it a day. Between this one and the Baroque Brown Air Max 1, I honestly think I like this one a bit more. I think it's a bit more wearable, that whole tonal singular look. I think it might be a bit easier to pull off, but that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, looking at the resale prices, the Baroque Browns are the more popular of the two, but I want to know what you guys think, so leave a comment down below letting me know between this one and the Baroque Brown, which of those two colorways do you prefer? Aside from that though, I gotta say in terms of a Travis Scott collaboration, it seemed like there was a decent amount of pairs floating out there, and a lot of people that I personally know were able to grab at least one pair in this entire collection. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think with the Saturn Gold Travis Scott Air Max 1. What are your overall thoughts on the design and the look of this shoe? Are you a fan of this whole radical change from the Air Max 1 look? Or do you prefer your Air Max 1s to have more of that classic appearance? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.